interesting race. I think obviously after the safety car I was on the hards, Lewis was on the medium, so he probably had a bit more pace in the beginning. I knew my pace was coming at the end, but there was a lot of confusion because I thought Fernando had a 5-second penalty, so I didn't want us both to be fighting between one another and we both lose out to Fernando. I kind of wanted to sort of manage our tyres, stay in striking distance, and then we could have almost a bit of a fair battle towards the end. To be honest, pleased to come home in P4. I think the penalty Fernando is pretty harsh. You know, they are the deserving podium finishers today, but I'll take an extra trophy, so I'm not complaining too much.
How do you leave here then? What's your assessment of the car as you leave here this weekend? Because we're hearing, there's a plan and you're trying to make progress, but P3 isn't a bad finish. It's just bad in terms of what you've been able to do recently with all the World Championships at Mercedes.
Yeah, I mean, firstly, you've got to give credit to what Red Bull have done. The gap they have to the rest of the field, I think, is bigger than we've seen probably since Mercedes in 2014. It's a serious gap, and I guess everybody needs to keep working harder to understand how to close that gap. But we know we didn't make the right decisions over the winter, and I think we can regain some of that performance quicker than you would do ordinarily. So everything's not all lost. We're still going to be fighting as hard as we can. We want to win races this year. We want to be in the championship hunt, but we equally got to be realistic, focus on ourselves, and just get the fundamentals right for the long term.
But you beat the two Ferraris today as well. Was that genuine pace? I said to Charles and Carlos, are you behind the Mercedes now? But he seemed to think maybe there was more they could have done.
Yeah, I think we got to take the positives away from this weekend. We qualified ahead of a Ferrari and Aston. The car's not really capable of that at the moment. We finished ahead of both Ferraris on merit. We had better pace than them. And as I said, we know we've got a lot of performance in the pocket to come in the near future. So in that regard, things are looking good, but our goal isn't just to beat Ferrari. Our goal is to fight for championships, and our fight wants to be with Red Bull, and they're a step ahead of everyone. So, what to do?
Great job this weekend. Well done. Thanks.